and oh my gosh, my hair is like dripping. My hair is wet and it's dripping. I'm sure natural girls know what that moment was just about. Welcome back to another video here on Walk by Faith. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe below and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a video. And if you're not new, if you're already subscribed, then welcome back. I basically just do faith-based content here on YouTube and just share my journey as I grow closer to God. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I want to work on as I go into the second quarter of 2021. So at the beginning of the year, I did a vision board, and if you haven't seen that video, then go check it out. I'll make sure to link it below, or probably somewhere up here. But yeah, so that was like the big picture of what I wanted to accomplish this year. I just wanted to do kind of like an update, like where I'm at, what I need to like kind of regroup and like improve on. So it's the beginning of April, so these next 3 months, April through July, are the second quarter of the year. So one thing that I want to work on is being more modest. So a lot of people, when they hear modesty, they think like, oh, she wants to be dressing like a nun. And you know, nothing against, like, no offense to nuns, but just saying, like, people think that modesty means that you have to dress like super conservatively. And I don't think that's necessarily true. While I do feel like it does relate to that in the sense that like you should be more sophisticated and like have discretion with the things that you wear. It's also more than just like, you know, your outwardly like look. It's also the look of your heart, and as a result, like, your heart leads to a trickle-down effect of a bunch of other things like happening. So from your heart comes like gossiping, or like excessive cussing, or cussing in general, or just like anger and like, you know, being rude to people. So I feel like that also falls under modesty. And Proverbs 11:22 says a woman that lacks discretion is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your heart above all else, for everything you do flows from it. As a believer, it's our responsibility to be, we can't do what the world does. God says that we're set apart from, you know, the world. So that means that we can't, you know, do some of the things that other people that aren't walking with God do. We have to live our lives a little bit differently. And at first it can be, you know, hard to give some of those things up. But I feel like with everything that God does for us, I feel like the least that we can do is just, you know, try to make these efforts to improve. And I'm not saying this is something that's going to happen overnight. Like I said, this is my plan for the next 3 months. Because at the end of the day, like, as believers, we are a representation of God. So the second thing I want to work on is running my own course, just being more patient. I know this happens to a lot of people, believers and non-believers alike. Social media nowadays is like influencing so many people's like standards, I guess, for themselves. I don't know, it's just, you see these people and they're like 18 and they're, you know, doing all of these things. They have cars and houses, and like they've met their, you know, person, and they're, you know, all in love and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people just feel like, okay, well, I'm this age, or I've already completed this, this, and this, so like, why am I not at that stage, and or at that, you know, in that season that they're in. I will admit, I have been victim to that. There's been times when I've seen what other people are doing and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I need to do this because I see what they're doing. Then it makes me feel like I'm behind, and it's like, no, I'm not behind. They're on their course and I'm on mine. They're, you know, God's timing is different for them, or the timing that God has for me is different than the timing that God has for them. So I just have to be more conscious of that. What I see on social media is not like a directory for how I'm supposed to live my life. It's just social media. I'm just looking at what other people are doing, and I need to just like leave it at that. I need to like set boundaries with you know, how I interpret those things. And if I feel like I'm like getting to a point where I'm feeling some type of way, then I want to just like have those boundaries where it's like, okay, once I feel like that, I'm like off social media. Maybe not for the day per se, maybe for the day, but maybe just like for a few hours, just to kind of like regroup and focus on what I'm doing. Because if I'm focused on what they're doing, then I mean, it's no wonder that I'm not there yet. But you know, even if I am focusing on what I'm doing, I won't necessarily be where they're at. But it's just like, if I'm so focused on what other people are doing, I'm missing out on working on that for myself. I rush myself so much, and it's just like I'm still so young. Like, I need to remember that, like, you're still young, and you know, if it's God's will, I have the rest of my life ahead of me to accomplish the goals that, you know, I feel that He's placed on my heart to accomplish, so that I can, you know, fulfill my purpose and everything. What's the point of, you know, the rest of my life if I have it all figured out in only, what, like 25 years? Like, that just, to me, it's kind of boring when I think about it. So I want to just let that kind of be some perspective for me when I feel like I am rushing myself, or when I feel like my interpretations of like other people's lives are rushing me. The third thing I want to do is develop boundaries with my phone. I definitely feel like between like being at home a lot more and just doing online school and everything, I'm on my phone so much more now. Like, I have to be somewhere, for example, and like 30 minutes have passed. I got there 30 minutes later than I would have because I was on my phone. Like, you know, just like texting or social media or Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And I just realized, like, one day, I just realized, like, girl, you really need to set boundaries with your phone. My sister and I have recently started scheduling calls with each other, and I feel like that helps me a lot, because I often feel like I'm not like talking to family and friends enough. Sometimes, like, I go through the day and I'm like, have I talked to so and so enough? Have I spent enough time, you know, catching up with them? So I feel like scheduled phone calls is something I'm definitely going to implement more during the next 3 months. I want to get an app that can like limit my social media time. So like, once I'm on social media, it can like see, or it can say like, all right, girl, it's been like 30 minutes, time to go. Just something to kind of get it under control. I've also been trying to like not reach for it first thing in the morning. So what I've been doing is, like, when I get up, when I wake up, I slowly like get up, get out of the bed, and I go straight for my Bible. Like, and I think that was hard for me to not like reach for it, because I was setting my alarm on my phone the past, like, I don't know how many years. I haven't used an alarm clock since I was probably like 5th grade. So I think that was why I would cling to it in the morning, because it's like the alarm wakes me up and now I'm holding it, and now, oh, all these missed messages, all these emails, all these, etc., etc. What I've been trying to do is turn off my alarm, put it down, or just like don't even pick it up, just like press it off, get up, go get my Bible, and then have my morning quiet time. And then after that, I can, you know, go through my messages, respond to anybody that texts me while I was asleep, call back anybody, check emails, check social media, blah blah blah. Then I can do all that. Kind of going back to the second thing I said, just limiting what I'm exposing myself to, because there's a lot of content on social media that, just checking how I'm feeling as I'm on social media. Like, is this making me sad? Is this making me angry? How do I feel right now? Am I laughing or am I angry? Is anger stirring in me? Because I don't want anger to stir in me. Like, that's not what I'm not trying to add things to make me upset to my life. That's not the goal here. I like funny videos. I like happy videos. I like seeing people's babies and weddings, graduation announcements. I like food videos, hair videos, makeup, cool, interesting stuff. Everything else can go. The fourth thing is eating better. So I want to cut back on like empty calories. I feel like with me like doing online school, I snack so much because I am here all day, and it's just like, I feel like I need a snack when I probably don't, but my brain is telling me that, you know, eat a snack. I just want to be more intentional with the things that I'm eating. So like, not saying that I can't snack, but I've been trying to implement more healthy snacks like carrots and hummus, or tortilla chips and hummus, or tortilla chips and salsa, or, you know, something like that, instead of like potato chips, Oreos, Pillsbury cookies, all of that. I also want to cut back on cholesterol because your girl loves eggs, okay? And while they are good for you in moderation, when you overdo it like I do, you might see a peak in your cholesterol levels, especially if you're putting cheese and Lowry's and garlic powder in it. It's gonna be you're gonna see the effects for sure. So all I really drink is like juice and water, but for a while, like lately, I've had a Capri Sun addiction. I won't say an addiction. I have been drinking lots of Capri Suns, and I wanna go back to how I was before that, because my roommate and I will go through like 2 cases of Capri Suns in like a case of Capri Suns a week. I don't know, maybe that's not that much. It just felt like a lot. Like I would drink like 2 Capri Suns with my dinner, maybe 3. Like it was bad. It was bad. I want to drink like 90% water, 95% water, and maybe have like 1 drink besides water a day, like a smoothie, a green juice, something like that. But like no more Capri Suns. No more like Simply Lemonade, Capri Suns. Gotta chill. The 5th thing that I want to improve on is I want to develop a better relationship with people at my church. So my mom and I just started going to this church about like 2 years ago, I think. Before this, we were going to another church that we had both been like raised in. She was raised in it, and then I was raised in it. And then recently we've been going to this other church. Occasionally we go back to the first one too, but we kind of flip-flop. But most of the time we go to this new one. And I feel like I haven't really developed a relationship with people there. For a while I was in a small group, like from like September to I guess like November, and I met some really great people through that. But then like my schedule just got chaotic and there was a lot going on, and so here we are in April and I have not been back to the small group. So your girl needs to get that under control. So just want to meet more people, and really make it like a church home, because like while going to church, or while like learning the word is very important, when you go to church, it's also important to build a relationship and like fellowship with other believers of your church, members of your church, to really make it a church home, and not just like church, but also a church home. I don't want to like make excuses, but school just takes up so much of my time, like so much. But I definitely do need to like get some like a church community going, just build those relationships. Like that's really something that I want to like work on. So those are things that I want to do more of, improve on, work on over these next 3 months during the second quarter of 2021. So comment below if you can relate to any of the things that I said, or comment below if there's some things that you want to work on going into the second quarter, or if you hadn't thought of like anything and this video helped you to like think like, you know what, there are some things that like I said I was gonna do at the beginning of the year that I haven't been doing, or just things that like have just now came to me that I want to do. Yeah, so comment that below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. follow Walk by Faith on Instagram. I try to post like inspirational things on there throughout the week, just based on like my Bible study that I do during the day, or just like something I see as I'm watching other like YouTube videos or listening to podcasts or sermons, things like that I just want to share with you all. As always, be blessed, stay safe. I love you guys. Bye. See you in the next one.